Greedfall is a lot of fun. I've been playing the hell out of it for the past couple of weeks now, and it brings me great pleasure to tell you guys that. Now, I want this review to be straight to the point, so I'm going to tell you some things I like about the game, things I don't like, and then give you my final verdict. I also don't like comparing games to each other, so I'm going to judge this game in a vacuum, as it should be. Greedfall was developed by Spiders, the French company that is perhaps best known for their work on the game Silverfall. I didn't know much about the game going in. I didn't even see any in-game screenshots or videos, so I was going in with zero expectations, but much optimism nonetheless. What will immediately stand out to you right away are the graphics. They're, in a word, good. Characters' faces are well fleshed out, and the dark and grimy feel of the city fits the story beautifully. The way the light shines into buildings during daytime is well done. But that's enough about graphics. I personally don't hold graphics that highly when reviewing a game, unless they are just totally unacceptable. The visuals here are unique and what we'd come to expect out of a 2019 title, so they pass the test. The story is excellent. Without giving away too many spoilers, you take the role of Desardet, a noble of the merchant congregation who is tasked with sailing to a newly settled island with his cousin, who has been appointed the governor of this new settlement. The congregation hopes that the exotic environment of Tir Freddy will yield a cure for the Malachor, a deadly plague spreading on the continent. Character creation is plenty deep enough for me. While the customization options for appearance may be lacking to some, the amount of builds you can try out is definitely not. Do you want to be a skilled magic user? You can do that. More into frontline battling? You can do that. Maybe more into a support role? You can do that. And any combination of the bunch. The game encourages creativity with your skills and abilities, and will reward you for following different paths. You can also reset your skills at a later time to reassign them, so you don't have to restart the entire game to try out different builds. Very cool. You have your main quest line, and many fun and unique side quests that you can take on. These quests are all very well done, with multiple ways to go about completing them. These range from stealth missions, playing detective, solving mysteries, and much, much more. There is always something to do, and more importantly, it's always interesting. Greedfall does a great job making some of these side quests so damn interesting that I end up getting emotionally invested in them, which is among the highest compliments I can give to a game's writing. Companions play a large role in quests. Not only can they themselves give you a quest to help them out and build your relationships with each other, but dialogue with NPCs will completely change depending on who is currently in your party. Some companions will even be able to get information out of characters that you wouldn't normally be able to get. This adds so much more thought and intrigue into who you're going to enter a city with in your party, because certain NPCs will react favorably or hostile to your company. Companions also carry their own benefits, like adding to your lockpicking skill or charisma. They have their own skills and abilities in combat that you can experiment with to see who best fits your playstyle. There is no question that the party system is among the coolest aspects of this game. Combat is fluid. It's not super complex, and it's fast-paced. There is a tactical pause menu that will allow you to temporarily freeze combat while you navigate through your spells or inventory as you determine the best course of action in any given encounter. Enemies range from small packs of beasts to enormous boss behemoths. These beasts all carry their own attributes, including the ability to deal status effects like poison. As you progress through the game and gain experience fighting these creatures, you learn how to counter them and what potions or equipment to bring with you to help defeat them. Using your companions is important in combat, and knowledge of their positioning is crucial. You'll learn to work as a team to take down foes, and it feels awesome when you're steamrolling through creatures together. You may craft various upgrades to your weapons and armor, many of which actually show up on your character in-game, which is awesome to see. You can also craft potions using materials that you gather out in the world. These crafting areas are fun, and bring more room for creativity in your journey. The game is open world to an extent. You are free to explore the world to your heart's content, but areas in the world are divided into sections that you'll need to fast travel between. When leaving a city, you will be brought to a campfire that operates as sort of a home base where you can craft items, store inventory, assemble your team, or buy new gear. I didn't mind this system of travel. Since you'll spend a lot of your time bouncing between cities anyway, this method actually saves quite a bit of time. I do have one nitpick with the game. Enemy encounters seem to be restricted to a certain zone that we'll call the combat area. If you engage a group of enemies in this combat area, then that is the only place the battle can take place, meaning that if things get crazy and you find yourself moving around the battlefield quite a bit, you can accidentally leave the combat area. Doing this will instantly heal your surviving foes and combat will have to restart. This can be incredibly frustrating, especially at higher difficulty levels. But all in all, for a game this big, to have just one complaint for me is outstanding. I enjoyed every second I spent playing Greedfall. It had me on the edge of my seat countless times, and I found myself heavily invested in not only the story, but all of the characters themselves. I can easily recommend this game to any action RPG fan, which brings me to my final verdict. I'm feeling a strong 9 out of 10. Is it the perfect game? No. But is it just the game I was looking for at this time? Absolutely. And I would put it in Game of the Year running as of, what is this, September of 2019? Easily. If you guys haven't played this game, please check it out and support the developers, because I want to see more games like this. And the only reason we're going to get that is if we support the release of games like this. So it brings me great joy to put my stamp of approval on this. I went into this game, like I said earlier, with zero expectations, and it blew me out of the water. So hopefully you guys check it out, and if you like this review, let me know. I like hearing that. I'll catch you guys next time.